AskNathaniel.org, AskNathaniel.tv. It's more than just a lifestyle, and I love asking questions, and I love having these great interviews with beautiful people, beautiful women that pretty much have a different perspective of how they see things in life. You know, everybody thinks that the pretty women just have everything easy. So we're going to ask this young lady by the name of?
Jillian.
And Jillian, could you tell us, are you in a relationship?
Yes, I am.
Are you happy?
Very happy.
Okay. Now, after you rehearse that, right? If you had said you were unhappy, would your man kill you?
No. He wouldn't kill me for saying that.
Would he respect your honesty?
He would absolutely respect my honesty. He's kind of different from other guys. He respects the honesty. I can tell him anything that I don't like, and he will do his best to fix it.
Now, you guys said, I read in your thing that you said that you guys have been together for 13 years.
Yes.
Now, 13 years with the same man.
Yes.
No other man?
No other man.
Okay, now, would you tell me that if you had actually been with another man within the last 13 years?
Yes, I would tell you that.
You would?
Because in our 13-year relationship, it wasn't totally a committed relationship. We started off as friends for many years, uncommitted. It's only the last 6 or 7 years that we've been in a committed relationship.
So straight up, like you guys are exclusive.
Exclusive.
Now, is he younger, older, your age range?
He's older than I. Few years.
Few years?
Yeah.
Like?
5 years older than me.
Really? Wow. Okay, now, do you see a difference with dating an older man as opposed to a younger man, or you've been with this man so long you never even gave that a thought?
I can't say that I've given it a thought, but I've never dated a younger man, so I don't really know the dynamic as far as that's concerned.
Now, we were having this discussion. It's kind of funny. Like, I was in Manhattan earlier today, and I was like, at what point does a woman feel that she's comfortable with a man to fart?
That is a good question.
Like, really, like, I don't think there's ever a time. I don't think that, I mean, unless we're old and gray and, you know, you just can't hold your bowels or whatever anymore. But what point do you just sit in the bed with your man and say, you know, fart, and, you know, you laugh?
Man, you know, I have to be honest. I'm not quite there yet, but I'm getting there.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm getting to that point where a lot of things have become comfortable.
Okay.
You know, that's not comfortable for me yet, but I see that in the future, in the near future.
In the future, because us guys feel that once a woman looks a certain way, we just can't even picture you farting. Like, I just can't picture Beyonce farting, you know what I'm saying? I just couldn't picture, like, certain supermodel Selena Ebanks taking a fart.
Right.
But I know that at the end of the day, it's true. So, you know, comfort, you know, are you comfortable enough to have morning breath and kiss your man? Is there ever a point of that being comfortable?
No, I hate that. Okay. I hate that. But, you know, on the other hand, he is fine with it.
He's totally fine.
We disagree when it comes to that. I need to get up and go brush my teeth first.
Okay. Because, you know what, that's the thing they say about morning sex. Yeah. And a lot of men, and I don't know if a lot of women know this, but you're about to learn this now. The reason why men love doggy style positions is so we don't smell your breath.
Oh, that's good to know.
That's why, you know, because there's nothing worse than, like, you know, you see in television, but it's just so fake when they get up in the morning, like, hi, honey, and they kiss each other and they make love. No, that's it's not true.
I've never believed that to be true. I'm like, be real about that. That's not true. I don't think I know anybody who can do that.
Yeah. I can't.
I didn't think that was true.
Now, do you feel that once there's a comfort level of either, if you had to choose one, and there's a comfort level of farting or kissing your man first thing in the morning without brushing your teeth, and you had to choose one, which one would it be?
Kissing.
Ladies and gentlemen, pretty women don't fart.
But we won't do it in front of you. We'll go off somewhere and then come back.
Preferably the bathroom.
Yeah.
Accidental.
You know, polite exit.
Accidental.org loves to bring these parts of topics up, and the reason why I make it such a thing is I think that I feel that when you're comfortable with a person, they become part of you. A gentleman wrote actually an email to me recently, and he's like, you know what, I've been with my girl for like 8 years, and you know, like when I first got with her, we was having sex all the time, and now he finds that he watches a lot of porn to basically psych himself up to be with the woman. Women, on the other hand, the older they get, their sexual peak rises. When a man's decreases but rises for multiple women. Can you relate to that in any way, whether it's something you have seen or heard, etc.?
I can relate on some levels, yes. That whole when women get older, they peak later, that's definitely true. As far as men are concerned, I did hear that men peak early, and then as they get older, it's a little more difficult. But
yeah, more like we peak at 15.
Yeah.
I mean, we start at 15
Real
and we
young.
peak at like mid-20s.
But I've never heard men, I mean, when I say young men, like in their late 30s, early 40s, really talk about having that kind of problem yet. I thought that was more so for men who are more into their like later years, like 60s and 70s. Because the men that I know and in my age group, I've never heard them ever say that they have a problem with getting it up.
Because they will not admit it. See, the thing is, the man in his 60s and 70s, he's already mastered whatever that man in his 30s and 40s is trying to master. He's been there. So he's got a whole different routine. Technology alone is, you know, with this, the whole male enhancements, Cialis, Viagra's, etc., totally, that 60, 70-year-old man is no longer having a problem anymore.
Right.
Now, the man in his 30s or 40s, he goes through this trimester where he's not exactly what he was when he was in his teens. So when he's with his main woman, per se, or his wife, he's kind of confused because now she's has more of a higher sex drive than he does. So what does he do? He either has to work out, he has to eat healthier, he has to step out of his relationship in order to really see that if he still has it. Now, it's not right, but you know, there's a lot of things that are right. You know, everybody has a politically way of how they may feel, but you're not going to have any men in the age group of the 30s and 40s or better discuss that, because it's more of a thing of, oh my gosh. But a guy in his 60s and 70s is already telling you what he's dealing with. And I learned that from guys in their 60s or 70s that tell me, listen, you know, one hand you're going to decrease, but one hand you're going to increase. You're going to increase your horniness, you're going to decrease your drive if your hunger is something that you thought it was going to be like it was 17.
Wow. All right, well, let me ask you a question. If a man in his 30s and 40s has a woman who's in her peak now and wants it pretty often, isn't that enough drive for a man? What is it that the man loses when he gets to that particular age?
What he loses is his drive to be with the same woman that he felt the same the first week or the first encounter. You know, I'm trying to answer this in a way where people don't get offended, but it's really not offended, because what I'm telling you is it is what it is. But variety, unfortunately, increases for a man when he's older.
I see.
Not to, you know, ladies, don't you get any ideas about beating your husbands either, but just listen to me. His desire increases for variety. And that variety, believe it or not, gives his drive. That's why you see men that, you don't see 18-year-old kids flying to these different countries to have sex with 30 women.
Right.
They're doing that in their college, but a guy will go as far as he has to really achieve his manhood, because he's like, wow, you know what? My wife or my girlfriend it's not the same as it was the first 3 times. So what ends up happening is, in a messed up way, now he steps out, and by the time he comes back to the woman that has questioned this, wow, I have this drive, and he doesn't have the same drive anymore. He may have it now when he comes back home.
I see. So he needs to get a little excitement going in order to come back and continue on.
That is exactly correct.
Wow. Now, would you say that that is for all men, most men, some men?
I would say my opinion is most men, they achieve their variety to really base their manhood a lot more than when they're younger. When they're younger, it just feels good. The whole vaginal experience is like out of this world. She could look like a monster, straight up. But as he's older, he knows what he's into. Like 18-year-old is not going to be as freaky as a 48-year-old. It's just, you know, like you just don't see that. Like they're just in it to smash and keep it moving. But the 48-year-old, he's just all into all types of stuff. Like he has to have like candles drop in his face. Somebody has to probably pee on him in one way. This girl has to look a certain way. She has to have a pretty foot. He's more intertwined with his freak ability. So one woman in most cases can't really back that up because she happens to be who she is. So she can't be everybody. So he could probably be in the mood for a dark-skinned woman that he desires about, and you happen to be light-skinned. There's a lot of guys that have sex with their women and go to the bathroom and use their iPhone and masturbate.
Wow, that's really interesting. So what you're saying is that one woman can't satisfy a man when he gets to a certain part of his life.
From the experiences of the men in my circle and the men of that email me practically every day, yes.
Okay. That's very interesting.
That's why so many women, you see, they don't complain, oh, he doesn't do this to me. You don't hear a 19-year-old girl complaining about an 18-year-old boyfriend. Like, he doesn't have sex with me. It's like they're animals. They're like rabbits. But when you start hearing, oh, he doesn't do this, he doesn't do that anymore because now it's changed. Unless, would you be open to a man having another woman? Would you approve of your man seeing another woman?
Hell no.
Well, that's exactly why we have to do what they have to do. And this is exactly why it becomes complicated, because you're not going to allow him to